Hi, this is Connie Joe with RPMHD. We are here at the Winter Nationals with Gary Densham. Now, Gary, you had quite an experience yesterday on the track. Tell us a little bit about that and what your mindset was going through that crash.
Well, the thing is it's nobody's fault. It's just things happen. You try and make stuff better, and sometimes it doesn't work exactly like you want. And long story short is the parachute wires didn't come out of the parachutes, and the parachutes didn't open. It's one of the shorter racetracks we have. That's no excuse. It's a wonderful place to race at. And, ended up in the sand trap, ended up in the net a lot harder than you'd like to. And, it kind of ruined everything.
Now, what was your mindset when you knew that the mechanical failures were going on? What was going through your mind at that time?
Well, at the time, you're hoping that the sand's going to slow you down enough that it's not going to destroy the car and we could still race today. It was the plan. Yeah. But when it skipped over the top of the sand and sailed into the net, kind of figured that deal was over with.
Yeah, so what are you guys doing to the car now that will maybe improve the technical difficulties next time?
Well, like I say, it's no problem. Our cars are so safe and so good, and the Safety Safari does such a dynamite job that, I don't know how you could really improve on something. This was just a bit of bad luck, and you'd like to say, that somebody made a mistake, but I don't think so. It was just, it was like kind of winning the lottery in reverse.
What got you into drag racing?
I was dropped on my head as a very small child. I never quite recovered. No, I grew up in that era in the 60s where, all the muscle cars were out there and everybody, wanted a fast car, and it was pretty simple. You played football on Friday night, you went to the drags on Saturday night, and you wanted to have the fastest car in school, and a lot of my friends, their parents had a lot of money, and so they got the brand new, Corvettes and GTOs and 409s and all that sort of stuff, and I didn't, so I had to learn how to build something I could beat them with. And so then you end up with the fastest car in school and the fastest car in town, and then you took it to the drags and found out it wasn't near as fast as you thought it was, so you better build something faster.
Very awesome. And what do you like to do besides drag racing?
Well, I haven't figured that out yet.
You haven't figured it out yet?
No. I mean, my wife and I, we love to travel, and that comes with drag racing. That's how I learned that I like to travel, is because we've had such great opportunities to, travel the country, travel the world. We've raced in Australia 17 times, and, been to New Zealand, raced in Alaska, raced in Hawaii, and it kind of got in our blood a little bit. And since I don't get to race full time anymore, we've got to travel a little more, and that's great. But it still comes back to the fans and the people out here are just so unbelievably, wonderful to be around that you'd hate to have to give this up.
And what do you think your expectations and your mindset for the rest of the season is?
Well, it's like everything else. You play it one day, 1 minute at a time, and you keep working at it, and it'd be a horrible way to have to quit. The total finances of everything out here is getting to a point where, an independent like ourselves really has a hard time competing. But, we did it again this weekend. We came out here, we made 3 really good runs. We outrun some of the high dollar cars with the major sponsors that race all year long and kind of show that we can still be a pain in their side. Ultimately, to compete with the Forces and Schumachers and Colettas and stuff, on a run-to-run basis, you can't. You stand there, they're going to beat you to death. It's that simple. They're going to drop $100 bills on you until you collapse. It's that simple. But it's just kind of nice to come out and be able to compete. And like I say, the fans are the reason you come. The people are just so great out here, and they're with you when you're on top. They're with you when you got problems. What else can you ask for?
Well, thank you so much. I hope you guys can get the car back up and running and see you at the next event.
It's going to be really sad today to watch somebody have a single that I wanted to whoop.
What's your preference between a modern-day funny car and a nostalgia funny car?
Well, the modern-day funny car is absolutely awesome. 10,000 horsepower, 320 miles an hour, and 1,000 feet. What can you ask for? But the bottom line is the old nostalgia cars sure got a flair, and they're spectacular, and they're fun. So who knows?
And will we see you at the March meet?
Oh, you better believe it.